Hello, everyone. Welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day before starting the video. Please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say Sheila Carter is about to cross a line that she can't come back from. When her hubby finds out, it could cost her everything. Visiting your fugitive granddaughter is one thing, but helping her cover up a rape is another thing. Here's what's happening next week on Bold and Beautiful. Spoilers down below. Luna Nozawa, Lisa Yamada, went too far when she got Will Spencer Jr., Crew Morrow, drunk and snuck into bed with him and took advantage of him. In fact, a lot of CBS soap viewers are calling her out for the R word, and the shoe seems to fit. We all know that if Will Spencer Jr. was sober, he never would have slept with the Il Giardino killer. This week on The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers say Will is going to keep trying to piece together that sloppy night. He heads back to the scene of the crime and questions Sheila Carter, Kimberlyn Brown, about what girls were at the party at Il Giardino when he slept upstairs. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to put two and two together. By the end of the week, Sheila Carter will have an epiphany and realize that when Luna Nozawa snuck out of Lai Finnegan's Naomi Matsuda apartment, she hooked up with Will Spencer. Junior Sheila can't control what Luna does. Clearly, nobody can keep her on the right path. But allowing her to cover it up and keep doing it is where Sheila will go wrong. Once Sheila realizes Luna hooked up with Will Spencer, she needs to call in reinforcements or jump ship and disassociate herself from this mess. If Sheila allows her granddaughter to get away with raping Will, she could lose her husband and her son's newfound respect. Do you think Sheila will figure out what Luna did? Is it time for her to come clean about her granddaughter? Or will she help her cover her tracks? If there is one thing viewers have learned in over 3 decades of The Bold and the Beautiful, it's that Sheila Carter cannot be trusted. Time and again, she's been given opportunities to prove that she's changed, that she's capable of becoming a loving mother, grandmother, or partner. And time and again, she's reverted to her true nature, conniving, manipulative, and terrifyingly unpredictable. But as shocking as Sheila's past behavior has been, nothing could prepare Los Angeles for the latest line she's about to cross, one that will forever alter relationships, marriages, and loyalties on the canvas. This time, Sheila isn't just stirring trouble. She's taking calculated, chilling steps that could devastate the Forresters, the Spencers, and even her own son, Finn. The stage is set for one of Sheila's darkest chapters yet. The recent weeks in Los Angeles have lulled some characters into a fragile sense of security. Steffi and Finn, after months of turbulence, finally appeared to be finding balance again. Ridge and Brooke were cautiously reuniting. Hope was focusing on Douglas. Thomas had stepped out of the spotlight, and Liam was still trying to make sense of his place in a world where Steffi had firmly chosen Finn. Even Bill Spencer, once Sheila's unlikely savior, had put her in the rearview mirror, or so he thought. But Sheila Carter doesn't disappear quietly. She doesn't fade into the background. If anything, moments of calm give her the perfect opening to strike. And in her mind, she's been patient long enough. Sheila has always been obsessed with family. Her twisted love for Finn is unlike anything we've seen before. In her mind, he is the key to her redemption, the living, breathing proof that she deserves love. But Finn's unwavering commitment to Steffi continues to shut Sheila out at every turn. That rejection festers like a wound. And while Sheila has tried to play the doting grandmother to Hayes, Finn's walls remain impenetrable. This rejection drives her to dangerous thoughts. If Finn won't accept her willingly, maybe she can force his hand. Maybe she can wedge herself into his life by removing the one obstacle she believes is standing in her way: Steffi Forrester. For longtime viewers, the mere suggestion of Sheila targeting Steffi is enough to send chills down the spine. After all, this is the same woman who once shot Taylor, who terrorized Lauren Fenmore, and who has never hesitated to put lives in jeopardy if it meant getting what she wanted. But Sheila's latest plan doesn't begin with a gun. This time, it begins with something far more insidious. Sheila rarely operates alone for long. This time, she sets her sights on someone equally unstable, Luna Nozawa, whose downward spiral after the mystery mints incident has left her vulnerable to manipulation. While Lee and Finn have been laser-focused on exposing Luna's lies and protecting RJ, Sheila sees opportunity. She approaches Luna under the guise of understanding her pain, whispering that she knows what it's like to be rejected, to be called dangerous, to have everyone against you. It doesn't take long for Sheila to plant the seeds. If we work together, we can change everything. Though Luna doesn't fully trust her, she's desperate and angry enough to listen. Sheila feeds on that desperation, slowly molding Luna into an unwitting accomplice in her plan to destabilize Steffi's life. The boldest and most horrifying twist comes when Sheila sets her sights not directly on Steffi, but on little Hayes. For Sheila, Hayes represents her legacy, her bloodline, her grandson. She convinces herself that Steffi is deliberately cutting her off from the child and poisoning Finn against her. In Sheila's warped logic, the only way to secure her bond with Hayes is to take him away from Steffi. At first, she only entertains the idea, but soon, the fantasy becomes a plan. She begins watching Steffi's routines, learning Hayes' schedule, even following Amelia, the nanny. Sheila's fixation grows darker by the day. This is the line. This is the moment where Sheila goes from menace to monster once again. Kidnapping Hayes would ignite a war unlike anything Los Angeles has seen before. Finn begins to sense something is wrong long before Steffi does. He notices that Sheila's appearances are becoming more frequent and more targeted. He finds subtle signs that she's been near their home. Footprints, gifts left on the porch, little hints that send chills down his spine. When he confronts Sheila, she doesn't deny it. Instead, she pleads, "I just want to see my grandson." "You can't deny me that." But Finn, remembering all the chaos Sheila has unleashed, puts his foot down harder than ever. He warns her that if she keeps pushing, he'll make sure she ends up behind bars for good. Sheila's face hardens in that moment. She realizes that her son, her reason for everything, is slipping further away. And in true Sheila fashion, she doesn't retreat. She escalates. Steffi has lived through Sheila's reign of terror before, but even she underestimates the length Sheila is willing to go. When Finn tells her about the threat to Hayes, Steffi is horrified. Her maternal instincts kick into overdrive. She considers moving again, whisking Hayes and Kelly away to Europe to put distance between them and Sheila. But Finn argues that running only emboldens Sheila. This time, they need to fight back. Steffi agrees, but not without fear. She knows that when Sheila Carter is cornered, she becomes the most dangerous. The spoilers indicate that Sheila does, in fact, cross the line in the most chilling way possible. One afternoon, while Amelia takes Hayes to the park, Sheila seizes her chance. With Luna's reluctant help as a lookout, she lures Hayes away under the pretense of being his grandma. When Amelia turns her back for a split second, Hayes is gone. Panic ensues. Police are called. Steffi collapses in terror. Finn blames himself. And Sheila? She disappears with Hayes into the shadows of Los Angeles, convinced she's finally won. The kidnapping sets off a chain reaction of chaos. Steffi is inconsolable, her worst nightmare realized. She vows that if Hayes isn't brought home, she'll make Sheila pay with her life. Finn is torn apart, blaming himself for not stopping Sheila sooner. His guilt eats at him, threatening to fracture his marriage. Ridge and Brooke rally around Steffi, but their own relationship becomes strained as Ridge's rage boils over. Bill Spencer, haunted by the fact that he once defended Sheila, makes it his mission to track her down, promising to put an end to her schemes once and for all. Luna, racked with guilt for helping Sheila, spirals further, putting her at risk of self-destruction or even exposure. The entire canvas becomes consumed by the search for Hayes. Spoilers tease that the climax will be one of the most intense showdowns in bold and beautiful history. Finn, guided by his instincts, as both a doctor and a father, eventually tracks Sheila down. The confrontation is raw, emotional, and terrifying. Sheila clutches Hayes, insisting, "He's mine too. You can't take him away from me. I'm his grandmother. I love him more than Steffi ever could." Finn, torn between rage and heartbreak, pleads with her to see reason. But Sheila is too far gone. In her desperation, she threatens that if anyone comes closer, she'll disappear forever with Hayes. Steffi arrives just in time to see the horrifying scene. With Ridge, Bill, and the police closing in, the standoff reaches a fever pitch. Whether Hayes is rescued unharmed or not, one thing becomes clear. Sheila Carter has crossed a line that cannot be undone. This isn't just manipulation. This isn't just scheming. This is a direct attack on the innocence of a child. And for that, there can be no redemption. Finn may still struggle with his complicated feelings toward his mother, but even he will be forced to admit that Sheila cannot be saved. The Forresters, the Spencers, and the Logans will unite in their hatred, finally agreeing on one thing. Sheila Carter is a danger to them all, and she must be stopped once and for all. But with Sheila, stopped rarely means forever. Even if Sheila is arrested, or, worse, fans know her story never truly ends. There will always be another escape, another return, another plot twist. But this kidnapping storyline is designed to remind viewers that at her core, Sheila is not a misunderstood woman in search of love. She is a master manipulator, a dangerous obsessive, and someone who will sacrifice anyone's happiness for her own twisted desires. By crossing this line, Sheila not only escalates her war with Steffi, but also sets herself on a collision course with Bill, Ridge, and even Finn. The fallout could last for months, reshaping relationships, tearing apart alliances, and redefining the future of the bold and the beautiful. Sheila Carter crossing the line with Hayes' kidnapping is the kind of explosive drama that Bold and the Beautiful thrives on. It's shocking, emotional, and rooted in decades of history. It pits family against family, love against obsession, and forces Finn into the impossible position of choosing between his mother and his wife. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our Bold and Beautiful Update YouTube channel for more update news.